Hey everyone, thanks for joining us on another episode of It Starts With Plastic Free. Corey, how you going?
I'm confused.
Bugger me, this one's going to confuse both of us because I constantly go through this and get questions asked, and people hit me up on LinkedIn and say, do you know what this is? And we thought this should be an episode because these plastic symbols or recycled plastic symbols around the country with all these numbers are a confusion, and I don't know whether we're going to actually ease the confusion today, but we might cover
Let's just talk about it, which is good.
So you've got some data there,
just
mate.
quickly in a bit of background. There's 7 symbols, Phil. Each recycling symbol identifies a plastic. It's a plastic or a resin identification code, effectively. So the number advises what type of plastic it's made from, not whether it's recyclable, effectively.
Okay, that's a really good point, because I think the confusion is that the recycle triangle is on all of them.
Yep.
So immediately as a consumer you think, okay, this can be recycled, but then it's actually the number that counts.
Spot on.
So let's go through those, because I think this is where the low-hanging fruit is for people that are responsible at home in terms of what they want to recycle, and sometimes are making the recycling process worse for the recyclers because they've got stuff in there that can't be.
And what I have learnt reading about this, so there's 7 numbers. It seems that generally number 1 and 2 can be recycled, even though there is an exception to that, which we'll cover. And then number 3 to 7 generally is you need to go back to your council and understand what can be recycled within your council, because every council is different.
Okay, well let's
just to make it more confusing.
Let's start with the easy stuff.
Yeah, let's start at number 1.
So I'm going to put my glass on too because it's pretty small, but go for it.
Number 1, so polyethylene, effectively, PET, commonly used to make all our water bottles, sports, drink bottles and the likes, Vegemite containers, that's plastic, condiment bottles, and they pretty much can all be recycled.
Yep, and quick tip, always squash them to compact it, but they definitely can be used. So that's the easy one. You see PET number 1, and you know that it can go in your standard yellow bin around the country.
Yep. Number 2, HDPE, which stands for high density polyethylene. Commonly used to make milk and juice bottles, detergent bottles and the likes, water bottles. Now, this I'm reading here from whichbinsa.gov.au, so this might be specific to our state, but where it even gets confusing is they state that the rigid, hard plastics in this space can be recycled in your yellow bin. However, the soft, like a high density, a stiff grocery bag, so a soft plastic, can't be recycled.
And look, most HDPE from my previous days is definitely those harder plastics, but it is deceiving because a lot of people think all grocery bags are a soft plastic, but even if they're soft, they can't be recycled essentially, even if it's a soft HDPE. So stiff, hard plastics, put them in the yellow bin. The soft ones, unfortunately, go in landfill.
Spot on. Number 3, PVC polyvinyl chloride, commonly used to make plumbing pipes, again, cordial bottles, bottle wrap, bubble wrap, children's toys. Cordial and juice bottles can be recycled. Toys, soft plastic mats, flooring can't be recycled.
And that blew me away because I've been a culprit of that, where I've had old stiff toys or things that, hard plastics, thinking, okay, it's a hard plastic, I can put it in there. Even old cut-offs of plumbing pipes, but you can't. It's got to be the bottle type, and so I think that's where there's a bit of education in the market still, because PVC, if you're not an expert and don't know the difference between that or a high-density polyethylene, you might think it's a hard, stiff plastic, and this is where the numbers for me start to really get a bit dubious and confusing.
It's almost like within each council you need the 7 numbers under the lid, very clear, and what can go in and what can't.
Well, I'll look at this too, and I know we'll come back maybe at the end, but if English is your second language, this is a bloody hard thing to follow.
Stuffed.
With these numbers and all terminology that's here. We're going to make it simpler than just a recycle logo with a number. But
anyway,
let's go.
Anyway, number 4, LDPE, low density polyethylene. Common, like your bread bags, newspaper bags, those soft clear bags, generally or often clear. Bin liners as well. The lining in milk cartons as well is a LDPE. Cannot be recycled.
Yes, that's a soft plastic.
Yeah.
So if you want to avoid it, when you're buying your bread, go to the bakery that gives you the bread in a brown paper bag instead of a plastic bag.
Or a reusable bag you take to the shop.
Correct.
Number 5, polypropylene. So ice cream containers and lids, yogurt, quite often those thin type containers that we see. Bottle caps as well, a PP. Plastic takeaway containers.
Your plant pots, all that sort of stuff.
Yep. So these are a rigid hard plastic and can be recycled through your yellow recycling.
Yeah, there are soft polypropylene products too. You know, I mean, we know that. We've covered that in a previous session with some of the imported wipes, wet wipes that are polypropylene.
Yeah,
and they're soft, and you can't.
Yeah, and your gowns as well in the hospitals.
Exactly.
Polypropylene.
So old couch linings, that might be polypropylene, but it's a soft plastic.
Yep.
So just because it says PP, if it's soft, it can't be going in the recycling bin.
Number 6, polystyrene. So the old foam cups that we used to see in McDonald's 20 years ago. Thank God they got banned. Takeaway containers. I think polystyrene is banned now or becoming banned.
Well, interesting you say that though. Yeah. I recently just bought a TV.
Yeah.
And undid the box and it was cardboard box, but then the stiff stuff that held the TV together was block styrene.
Yeah. Okay.
And it really annoyed me that I had to sort of put that in general landfill, and I hadn't seen styrene for a long time.
Yeah, okay. I think, maybe that's just within the whole hospitality space. Yeah.
Potentially.
Cannot be recycled. Polystyrene, number 6. Number 7, bisphenol.
Bisphenol,
yeah. Commonly used to make nylon safety and prescription glasses.
Yeah, so even old sunglasses, even old sunnies, like all these sorts of things. You can't, if you get rid of them, you can't put them in.
CDs, DVDs, water cooler bottles, headlight lenses. I think this is one of those, it's almost everything else. Some can be recycled, some cannot. And my understanding is there used to be sometimes, number 7 used to be returned to supermarket as well.
Yeah, well that all sort of fell to bits with the whole last year with, Red Cycle falling apart. But I mean, the thing for me, Corey, on this one is that we're now at a point where it's February 2023 and we still, these numbers, I'm thinking, just while you're calling it out, why can't we come up with some sort of campaign where we just have symbols of the sorts of products that might be there, or even use a QR code now on packaging that whoever the authorities are allows people, kids, whomever it might be, like I said, people with English as a second language, to understand what can, what can't. The technology's there, but this is difficult. You speak to recyclers around the country and they're definitely dealing with a whole lot of crap that they can't recycle, but people think they're doing the right thing.
Spot on.
So where are we going to go with this? We're going to lobby some authorities to get some different systems and numbers?
Yeah, I just think, given it's a council by council thing, then I would love to see each council provide a clearer sticker on your bin what numbers can go in this bin. Because the number is on the product.
Yep.
Surely that's the simplest way there is.
Well, let's get some comments from you all. If you've got some thoughts and suggestions on how this could be done better, throw them down in the comments below. We'll share them around. You never know where they might end up. We might be the initiative to make some change. Don't forget to subscribe. Corey, thanks for this episode.
Thanks, Phil.
You know your numbers from 1 to 7. I'll see you on the next episode of It Starts with Plastic Free.